This is the Boldcasters, episode 27, extra. Netflix and Neudecker. What do you got, Rob?
Well, I'm not sure if anyone's an Indiana Jones fan, but they have them all on Netflix right now.
Actually, Hulu.
Oh yeah, it's Hulu, my bad. Got confused with the title of the show, I guess. I mean, my favorite's Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't know what y'all's are, but I'm even a fan of Crystal Skull, so I think it's a good binge watch, honestly.
Is Crystal Skull, like, your second favorite?
No.
You
It's
don't like
watchable.
You don't like Raiders of the Lost Ark?
I do.
I gotta say, it constantly gets trashed on. I watched Temple of Doom recently. Super rad.
I do like Temple of Doom.
That's probably my second favorite. I just like the Kame Law, the whole heart scene.
Yeah, that's cool.
The whole guy with the swords and he just shoots the dude in the face. I mean, it's an awesome
It is The
movie.
Last Crusade. Temple of Doom is an alright movie, but I think Last Crusade and Raiders of the Lost Ark are just...
Lost Ark is my favorite.
Anytime they go with the Christian-y stuff, it works out. I don't know, it works out better.
So they can move it around.
Just
and make
because
it
of Sean
work.
Connery.
Well,
Yeah, he helped.
It's less stupid than, like,
James
aliens.
Bond is always a good thing.
Yes.
Aliens in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
But communists, so that's cool. You moved on from Nazis to communists in the Crystal Skull.
That's true. Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, it has a little bastard son that you didn't know about.
That's a little bastard son.
It wasn't a bad movie, but they could do better. But it was still watchable. Reboot.
Another little tidbit for Netflix and Neudecker, or Apple, whatever, is starting to just launch their own production group. They're starting TV. So they're starting to be doing shows.
Could be interesting.
What kind of shows?
They haven't said, but some kind of shows for generally like Amazon's doing their own shows.
Yeah, like Man
High Tower.
High Castle.
Gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've got to start from the beginning.
It's really good. I just highly suggest it.
If they can make like a Westworld level show, then cool.
But oh yeah, well, I mean, Apple's got plenty of money.
Yeah, they do.
I guess they're seeing everyone else get into the venture, so they want to hop right into it.
Yeah, I think it might have more to do with them backing out of certain ventures, because like there's some things they're going full steam with.
Right.
I don't know where they're going with their car.
Yeah, it's not going to get out of the starting gates for a long time. In other
There's
words,
a lot of money invested into it.
problem is though, is it's got way too many bugs to even be thought about rolling out for another handful of years.
But you already had the Tesla.
Even that has a lot of issues right now. That's the problem with the self-driving cars. They malfunction, everything goes down the crapper.
Right.
I don't think it's too far off.
No.
It's not far off at all.
But it's at least 10 years off from being reliable at all.
Not at all.
I don't think that's true at all.
Kid's going to be here before you know it. Not the way technology's going. And as we're talking about technology, that's what we're going into next.
Speaking of technology, let's talk about
Technology.
technology.
Da-da-da,
We are the
da-da-da.
masters.
Coming.
No, I was going to say we're masters of segways.
Oh yeah, they're fun.
Speaking of segways, technology.
You mean weird scooters that people ride around on the mall?
Yes.
I mean, the mall security rides around the mall.
Nintendo. They have a new console coming out called the Switch. They finally announced the price. $299.
Too much.
What?
Yeah, I was
Too
looking at
much.
it and I was like, oh, that's way too much for that. And then they showed the first Mario video. I'm like, I need the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
I need it. I want it real bad.
I think people are just expecting to be cheaper because it's Nintendo.
I guess, but I mean, if you put it in the class of most Nintendo consoles, the Super Nintendo was, I believe, $299 or $200.
Oh, a long time ago when they were the top of the game, and they're not that anymore.
No, they're definitely not.
They positioned themselves with the GameCube as a secondary system.
Right.
And really, the Nintendo Wii was their last super hit. It was a secondary system.
And
You
the
could
Wii-
have that and a PlayStation. You could have that and an Xbox.
And the Wii U was basically a complete failure.
It's pretty much flopped.
They had a couple good hits. I know the Zelda game was a lot of fun. The
The
Mario Kart
console
was a lot of
sales
fun.
is just nowhere close to Xbox or PlayStation.
Well, no,
The
because they
Wii
didn't
U
come
was
up with the
trash.
titles that mattered.
Well, that's the problem. They didn't have the third-party support.
Not gonna be the problem this time because they're rolling out with not a lot of titles. The titles they're rolling out with are made by Nintendo and they're amazing.
They're launching with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is also launching on Wii U, but no one cares.
It looks awesome.
But it looks fabulous. And of course, there's going to be a Super Mario Odyssey coming late in 2017. But it looks very cool. You got little Joy-Con grip controllers on each side of the console itself. do what you got to do, and they shift off. You can take it on the go, play it individually.
You can use it like a Wiimote. You can use it like a classic Nintendo controller, like horizontal. You can clip two of them onto a thing to be like a full GameCube size controller.
Perhaps.
You can do a lot with them. It's nifty. Just like the last couple Nintendo systems, there's like nifty gimmicks here and there. I think that their original titles might be enough to keep them rolling.
Yeah, but they're going to have to at least come up with something so people might just want as their main system, not just a secondary.
Yeah, go the route that Sony and Microsoft have gone to make it like your entertainment center. They're not.
No, it's going to be great for on-the-go system, or you want to go to your friend's house or something like that. I just want to know what the battery life's going to be when you're just out.
They said
the issue is
depends on the game. They said it could be anywhere from 2 to 6 hours, I believe.
Yeah, and I imagine it wouldn't be super long because it's like it's not. They're going to still have their portable game systems because they actually make a lot more money off of those.
Yeah, they've been great on that.
So this is like a home console that you can take with you a lot easier to somebody else's house, for example. Yeah. You can just take your Switch and dock it into their thing at their house, and then bam. That's cool. But they're going the same route as Sega did, where they were just like, this is purely a gaming system. And it didn't work out great for Sega. But it was a really rad system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
10 years later, folks were still modding Dreamcast, making fan-made video games for it and stuff. It's wild.
Oh yeah,
it was a nice console. That was probably one of my favorite Sega consoles by far.
Yeah, just they didn't think it out very well.
It didn't shoot a disc at me, so we're good on that one. I actually enjoyed the Dreamcast. It didn't
get of its time.
Yeah, it's the only one that didn't suck. It just came at a bad time.
First one with a built-in modem.
Well, in North America, I think.
Very cool. It had that the memory card was also like a little mini game thing.
Yes. Fancy.
Pretty rad stuff.
Continue your history lesson on Dreamcast.
Nothing much to be said. It was after a very unsuccessful Saturn system, but this was made at a much cheaper cost because the Saturn is way too expensive and cost a lot of money to produce. But by the time it was out, it was not even out a year or so by the time PS2 launched, and that effectively killed it. And all of Sega consoles with it.
PlayStation 1, actually, I think.
Well, it's PlayStation 2.
It was?
Yes, it was.
I thought it was PS1, but yeah.
No. Yes, the PS2 killed Dreamcast. Anyways, the Switch is also going to have a paid online service after 1 year. It's free for 1 year, but then it becomes a paid service. Not smart.
No.
Not at all.
It makes me not.
Do they still make you pay for
Xbox?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
they give you free games. They give you like 3 games a month.
Free games?
Yeah, if you have the
That was not
Xbox
the case
Gold.
back in the day. You just paid for better connection.
You get like 3 free games a month. Sometimes more than that, depending on what they're doing.
I just want a system where I can play some of those games from that era. Like, give me a really great throwback version of some of those games. I'd be all over it.
Like an old Forza or something like that.
I want to do retro gaming, but I don't want to go super, super retro.
Right, you want to be in the 32, 64 era?
Yeah, that era.
Yeah.
Y'all ever play Power Stone?
I've heard of it, but I don't remember it.
It's a Capcom game, and it's rad.
Well, it depends on what you want. Like 3DS is great if you want to go with the classic games, and they're not that expensive either. You just download them to a SD card.
Like something like the old school Super Mario Brothers or something like that.
Yeah, if you want to go with that route, and they have tons and tons of games. That's what I would use it for.
Or Yoshi.
Yeah, Ocean Island or whatever.
Another thing, this is going to have an SD spot, so you can expand memory and save your games on it.
It's going to be more than 132.
And eventually mod it.
Yeah.
That's what SD.
Yeah, it's going to be Flash. Exactly.
Oh yeah, they're
Because
doing
I had a
it.
modded Nintendo Wii when I was in Korea.
Oh, really?
You can't buy games in Korea.
No. But last but not least, it looks like Activision is going to... They're looking at having Skyrim.
That'd be
That's
big.
going to be awesome.
Activision Blizzard coming out with Skyrim.
Yep. There's already a port of it in the works. So the question is whether it will make it in 2017.
I'll say early 2018.
Well, I mean,
So I've taken floors out before. I've never put floors in, but I've taken.
Activision Blizzard's best known product is World of Warcraft, so
Yes.
True.
Very fact.
Fight as a panda.
Very fact.
Very fact.
Such fact.
Another quick tidbit since we're in the world of Nintendo. Super Mario Run will be coming to Android in March.
There you go. Enjoy our hand-me-down.
Yeah, we can finally get it after we've already ruined it.
And that's just where I don't even know what it's for. I don't even know what it does, to be honest.
He
Just
just
sounds
keeps
weird.
going. He just keeps rolling.
Is it like one of those things where you just run along with it, or it's one of those programs, or
They took like the idea of like the original platformer and made it like a one-button version of it, basically.
oh wow, that's horrible.
No, it's fun.
LG has coming out, or actually has unveiled, a new OLG TV that is, let me get this out right, 0.04 inches in thickness.
Why?
Basically the thinness of a credit card. It's flexible and can pretty much go wherever.
Nice.
55 inches, you can bend it, roll it up, but you can bend it, flex it, and put it up wherever you need to.
Why? Why you gotta do that?
Why not?
Is there such a demand for people to put TVs in like corners?
Yes, probably.
I mean, people actually do like the...
Probably bars. That's what I was thinking.
That's the biggest thing, bars, yeah.
I don't need it. I don't need that at all.
But I think it's obviously for mostly commercial use, because it's like we talked about maybe a month ago, probably more than that. There's a group doing a double-sided LED TV.
Yeah, I remember that conversation.
So, I mean, but the TV looks pretty rad, to be honest.
That's the one that had in a picture frame.
Yeah.
It looked like they had framed a piece of art.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was a
Yeah,
double-sided
yeah.
television. And it was actually cool.
But yeah, needless to say, it looks pretty cool. The potential of it, I'm assuming it's going to be very commercial. Probably new stadiums in like the National Football League, arenas, different things of that nature, you'll see it. The product they showed looks to be residential or personal use, but I can see the technology being more applicable for that.
It better be durable. If you're
That's
gonna put it in
the
these
one I
places.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they were bending it in the video it shows, which it's posted on the Boldcastify Facebook if anyone wants to check it out. It shows it's very flexible because it is the OLED. So it's very flexible, kind of bendable. It's very weird. And it doesn't even distort at all.
Yeah, I don't care. If you're gonna put TVs in the stadium, for example, just get the brightest video screens you can get, because Sunshine State.
I can't disagree with that. So with that being said, we're going to move over to a little Boldcastify Sports Update. Last Saturday was the Reese's Senior Bowl. The South was victorious 16-15. Game got close late with a late push by the North. Arizona State University, kicker, and Lou Groza Award winner Zane Gonzalez had 3 field goals for the South. 22, 29, and 39 yards to help the South's road to victory. And Jordan Willis of Kansas State was named player of the game for the South with 2 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. And on to Sunday for the AFC versus NFC Pro Bowl game in Orlando at Camping World Stadium. With things going back to the traditional format, the AFC was once again victorious, 20-13. Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce and Lorenzo Alexander of the Buffalo Bills, respectively, win offensive and defensive MVP. And a little bit of other NFL news, Sands Casino, Sheldon Ellison has decided to pull out of the Las Vegas venture with the Raiders. He was planning to contribute $650 million to the planned $1.9 billion future domed Raiders stadium that would be on the Vegas Strip. So the Raiders potentially going to Vegas may be in question. Also, the Indianapolis Colts hire new GM Chris Ballard from the Kansas City Chiefs, and the San Francisco 49ers hire potentially soon-to-be Hall of Famer John Lynch to be their new general manager from Fox Sports. So for that and more, be sure to tune in to the next episode of the Boldcastify Football Show, which we will be having a special Super Bowl pregame show on Super Bowl Sunday, live on location at Pinklehead Brewing. Come join us, check it out. We'll be hosting the Super Bowl party. There will be Super Bowl trivia, raffles, and a whole bunch of fun. And of course, Super Bowl 51. And to touch on the AP Top 10 in college basketball, the list is topped with the Zags at number 1. Then coming at number 2 is Baylor. Number 3 is Kansas. 4, Villanova. Arizona at 5, Louisville 6, West Virginia 7, Kentucky 8, Virginia 9, and wrapping up the top 10, Wisconsin. We'll slide on over to News of the Weird.
In the Florida Man section.
So this guy in Florida, kind of looks like Bray Wyatt, if you know who that is, had a roommate who was wondering what was happening to her dog. Comes home and sees his door is locked, has her dog in the room, and is sexually assaulting the dog.
Oh, Jesus.
Took the dog to a vet and found evidence of such a crime. Apparently this happened over 100 times, and the only reason she did not report it sooner, she did not want to get the man in trouble.
What the is wrong with people?
Okay, for one, what compels a man to
And how can she
have
do that with someone she's living with?
have relations with a dog?
Well, I mean, I can see that in your future at some point. Let's be honest.
There's a female pit bull. He's on a $15,000 bond right now.
Apparently, he wants his dick bit off.
Well, it didn't happen over 100 times, so I don't know what to tell you.
Probably wasn't putting it anywhere near the mouth.
Anyways,
But yeah, that's what happens in Florida.
I don't even know what to say to that.
Pensacola, come on, y'all.
That's quite disturbing.
That's very disturbing.
So that was in Pensacola?
Yes.
Wow.
In fact, the reporter was an Alabama reporter.
Yeah.
Local 15 in Alabama.
No,
Not quite sure why Alabama is reporting something that happened in Pensacola, Florida.
Pensacola is like
It's a stone's throw.
from
You're right. I'm
Alabama.
thinking something else.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Explains the story more.
And Alabama's probably more used to these kind of stories.
yeah, $15,000 bond. I would think the bond would be a little more for having relations with a dog. Maybe put him in the mental asylum, but
I don't know. They're probably used to these kind of things up there on the panhandle, in the deep part of the panhandle.
Yeah.
Alabama. Think about it.
well,
It's starting to roll over.
cousins are legal here.
Anyways, with that being said, thanks for joining us. This has been the Boldcasters. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, even Pinterest. But seriously, be sure to look us up on SoundCloud and Spreaker.
Pinterest?
Yeah, we're on Pinterest. We're getting there. Getting a little big time. I just need someone with a little more feminine qualities kind of running the Pinterest. Probably go better. Boldly go, where no podcast has gone before.